question from Timothy, one of my fellow forum members, and it basically boils down to how do you start in the online business world? So instead of writing him this very long detailed response, I decided to shoot him a quick little video to show him how important it is to prove and test the business first. Advice I wish I had when I started out. Cool, stay tuned. Okay Timothy, so this video is specifically for you, and I'm going to head over to the PC now to show you a great little case study that I found on the SumoMe site. And then I'll add in all the extras that I really think that could help you. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so how do we start this online business thing? Well, first you need to validate and prove the business. So that's why I invited you over to this article by SumoMe, because here's a case study that this guy explains to us exactly how he did it. And he did it in 2 weeks basically with less than $100. So I want to walk you through this case study quickly, but I just want you to remember here that this can work for all products online, whether digital or physical, doesn't matter. Now also, just take into consideration that for newbies, I would really suggest you start with evergreen products, because you don't want to do something that's in a launch sequence, because by the time you tested the right ads and you get things going and you get some momentum, the launch might be over. So especially if you're going affiliate marketing, if it's your own product, it's another story. Okay, so let's see what this guy did. So during the last 30 days in his job, he had systematically tested and proven demand for a product idea that he had. A product idea that's now done multiple six figures in the 4 months since launching. He also mentions here that it was very cheap and it took about 2 weeks and he spent less than $100. How was this possible? He only focused on the few core things that actually gets results. Now this is very important. You need to concentrate on a couple of things that get results. That's it, especially when you start. Okay, so how did he find the idea? He heard a lot of buzz about the new superfood bone broth that was just gaining traction in the paleo and gut health communities. He read about all the benefits that bone broth has for the skin, the gut, the joints, and he was very excited to try it. The problem was he couldn't find it anywhere online, and given the fact that he was working long hours, he didn't have a slow cooker or any of that, so he didn't have time to make it, so he saw a gap there. So he thought, given how hard it was to source this grass-fed bones and how long it took to make bone broth, there were others like him out there that needed this product but didn't want to make it themselves. And he thought, if this was true, he might have a nice little business on his hands. Now see, here's where it gets interesting. So he didn't go on a rampage trying to set up blogs and Facebook pages and Twitter accounts and Instagram and all this kind of thing. He said, no, all he needs to do is test this idea first. Instead of trying to figure out how to make it or find a supplier of grass-fed bones and figure out how to make small batches and start selling at farmers markets and all that kind of thing, he went around and said, no, there's a better way. He said, well, if enough people wanted this product, I'd be able to figure out how to make this, source the bones and the organic ingredients and package it in a way that consumers found appealing. After all, food companies figure out ways to do this every day. So, first thing is, he needed to find out how many people wanted this. And will they spend money on this product? Now, he needed answers to both those questions. So, he did a little bit of research and looked at places where lots of these paleo people hang out. Communities like the Paleo Hacks and blogs and Google Trends showed some decent and quick growing interest in this superfood. And obviously he was a member of this community already. He knew that it was something that many paleo people were talking about. He first did the research to see whether the thing would be viable or not. Very important. He concluded that there was enough people. So, question 1, answered. Next question, would people buy this? To test this out, he bought the domain bonebroths.com, named the company Bone Broths Co, and set up a very basic landing page. Now, here's a pic. Obviously you can see on the screen here how the page looked like just to test the market. So it looks pretty decent, it's not too bad, nothing too fancy either. This was obviously just to test whether people would send money to buy this product. Now he also mentions that the site wasn't the best, but the copy was. He used clear headlines, lots of power words, and made the benefits of the product extremely clear, to the point. Next thing, he had to set a price. So he looked at plus minus what it would cost him to make this and how much he can sell it for to make a decent profit. So he decided to charge $29.99 for a 16 ounce to see how badly people wanted this product. So this was a basic site with a price, kind of like a ghetto test, just to check and see whether people would buy this. He then used PayPal to collect the payments. Surprise, surprise, people did it. After buying about $50 worth of Bing ads, people were actually PayPaling him money. See, this is the key. If you want to sell something, you need to make sure there's people who want to buy it. Now this can easily be done like this guy with some Bing ads. Also another way is to run some YouTube ads, and YouTube ads are particularly cheap. Also I think Bing and YouTube would be much better than, say for example, a Facebook ad to test, because people are actively searching for a problem they need addressed, instead of somebody on Facebook casually looking around and an ad might spark their interest. So I think the kind of prospect you're getting there would be much better. So here's a screenshot where he shows some of the money that came in. So even without the product, they were actually converting, they were buying the product. He also had a great conversion rate. About every 30 people out of 100 clicked on the order now button. So a 30% conversion rate. So this obviously validated to him that enough people were compelled to buy what he had to offer. Now this was all done in 2 weeks, and the rest of the 2 weeks he actually made another 500 in revenue. Also very important, what he didn't do is he didn't go to this communities and in his paleo friends and ask them to buy, because he wanted to validate the business. He wanted to make sure there's lots of customers outside of this friend zone and community that would buy this product to have a viable business. So question 2 answered. A thriving business now. He's done well over 6 figures since launching. So here's a recap. Find the idea by brainstorming holes in your existing communities. Come up with a product, set a price, build a basic landing page to test the idea, send some traffic to that page. He likes Bing ads. I also like Bing ads and maybe throw in some YouTube ads. I would test more than $50. I would spend maybe 100 or 150 and then assess the results. And if it looks promising, get to work, man. So Timothy, you asked the question, critique your plan, and you wanted to start making some money online. That's how I would start and go about things, not spending too much time on ClickBank or not that I'm saying ClickBank is bad or whatever the case, but you need to start in communities and find out what people's problems are and that kind of thing, like we explained how this guy went about things. Not just look for whatever product in ClickBank and set up a fan page on Facebook, build a blog. Those kind of things are all good and well, but that comes later on, after you've tested the idea and made sure it's a viable business. Then you can do all those kind of things. But first, to start off, here's the plan. Find the idea in holes in your existing community, stuff you're already interested in, stuff you're looking at. Come up with a product that would fill that hole. Set a price, build a basic landing page. You can even capture the email, which I would suggest, so you could offer a coupon for people who fill in the email address, and then send some traffic to that page and then assess the results. Just make it basic to start. You don't need a extravagant sales funnel with 10 pages, whatever. You need 1 or 2 pages, that's it.
Great. So hopefully this video can save you in making a lot of those normal startup mistakes.
Okay, so just before you go, I would like to thank you for watching this video. Now, you watched this video because you were searching for a solution to a problem. And if you're an online entrepreneur, I'm sure this is not the only problem you're facing in your business. It's normal. All of us face business challenges daily, as you probably know from experience. Well, what if there was a better solution? A better solution than scouring YouTube and Google for articles and forums for hours looking for an answer to a problem, only to find a make-do answer or no answer at all. If you're tired of this way, then I have a special invite for you today. It's an invite to an online community, not a Facebook group or a forum or these once a week webinar type thingies. No, this is much better. It's an online community, a special piece of software where we can instant message, video chat, screen share, host documents, all in one. Now, imagine this. Imagine you post a question in this community and you get about 50 responses in 24 hours. Some with videos, some with PDFs, some just giving advice, others even offering to jump on a video call with you to help you out. And afterwards, you can sit relaxed in your own time, go through all these 50 responses and decide which one fits your situation best, or even use more than one if you'd like. All the while making new friends and even possible business partners. Hell, you might even find your next big business idea from all these questions that people keep asking in there. So if you're interested in taking a look, I've left a link to the special invite for you in the description of this video below. This will take you to a sign-up page to get on the early bird list. So once we launch, you will be the first to know and get your invite. Cool, so thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. That's me, chat soon.